right, we have, this is your second to last language video for the year, so that's exciting. Tomorrow you're going to have a quiz, and that's all for tomorrow. It's going to be a lighter day overall and everything tomorrow, but Thursday you'll have a quick lesson. There are a few more important things that I need to teach you on Thursday, and then Friday you'll have your final test. So let's enjoy it. This is a fairly easy lesson today, building on what you know from adjectives and adverbs. So I'm on page 190. Actually, make sure you have your book open and a pencil ready to go, because I'm going to do all of page 190 with you before you do the last 2 pages on your own to practice. So let's read through this, and I'll explain what it means as we go. Use this test to see if describing a word is a describing word is an adjective or an adverb. So this is like a little test in your head whenever you do quizzes or anything on your own that you can ask yourself to know, because sometimes it is hard to tell right away if it's an adverb or an adjective and how it acts. Remember, an adjective describes a noun, and an adverb describes either a verb, adjective, or adverb. So here's our sentence. Bitterly cold weather caused the game to be postponed. Are both the words before weather, which is a noun, adjectives, or is one an adverb describing the adjective? You will know the answer if you say each of the words before the noun. So how you test it is you say each of these before the noun. So bitterly weather, they have it here. Does that make sense? Bitterly weather. It does not. Does cold weather make sense? Yes. So cold is an adjective that describes this noun, but bitterly answers the question, how cold? Bitterly cold. So it's an adverb that describes the adjective that describes the noun. So that's how you can tell. Bitterly cold or bitterly weather does not make sense. Cold weather does. So this is an adjective. This is an adverb. Remember, an adjective should always make sense when you put it right in front of the noun it describes. An adverb will answer one of the adverb questions about the word it describes. Again, those questions are where, when, how often, to what extent. Memorize those questions. Not and the contraction for not and apostrophe T are always adverbs describing the verb. So I have not read this book. I have read. Okay, not is an adverb. It will always be an adverb in this case describing the verb, which is have read. Jacob wasn't at school. So wasn't is not a full verb, because this is a word, a separate word attaching itself. So was is the verb. Jacob was not, wasn't. Okay, that is going to describe the adverb or the verb, so it's an adverb. You should not have difficulty. Look, here we can do it. You should have. Not is an adverb describing should and have. Difficulty distinguishing adjectives and adverbs if you have memorized the parts of speech they describe and the answers they answer. So that would mean you've memorized nouns and adjectives and verbs already. So this is not going to be too hard to catch on to. And you'll practice more in 5th grade, don't worry. When I'm actually there, or whatever teacher you might have. If you're not coming back, write adverb in the blank if the underlined word is an adverb. Write adjective if it's an adjective. So that's really easy. We just have to decide if it is. I'm just going to tell you to write ADV for adverb or ADJ for adjective, because that's what you're going to do from now on for most things. So you did a very nice job. First, let's find our subject and our verb. You did a very nice job. Does very describe a noun? No. Nice describes a noun. Very describes an adjective. So this is an adverb. So write ADV. Okay. She bought a pretty new dress. Does pretty describe a noun? It does. New describes dress as well as pretty dress. And you can tell because pretty dress. Up here you can't say very job. You can say pretty dress. So this is an adjective. Number 3, Jason had not finished his ice cream cone. Okay, this is one of those clues we just did it up here. So Jason is our subject. Had finished is our verb. Not describes the verb, which means not is an adverb. Number 3, Anna received a new blue Bible. Is this describing Bible? Is this describing blue? You can say new Bible, and it makes sense, which means it is an adjective. It's not a new blue, it's a new Bible. Number 5, the weather seemed extremely cold. Okay. Or the water. The water seemed extremely cold. Is cold a noun? Because extremely very, very clearly describes cold, but now we need to know, is cold a noun? If you're saying the cold would not go away, talking about like a sickness that you have, yes, but the water seemed, what? Cold. Cold water, it describes water, and so this makes it an adjective, which means extremely describing cold is a what? An adverb. Very good. Number 6, Zacchaeus was too short to see Jesus. Do you remember this clue? Do you remember? This is one of those giveaways that tells you it's an adverb because it's describing how short, too short. Short, Zacchaeus. Short describes Zacchaeus. Was is the verb, but this is describing short. So too is an adverb. Okay, number 7, the restaurant was unusually busy last night. Look, it's an ly word. Maybe that will help us. Restaurant was unusually what? Busy. This is describing busy. How busy? Unusually busy. But what is busy describing? It is describing the restaurant. Busy restaurant. So it's an adjective, which means this is describing an adjective, which makes it an adverb. Okay, number 8, he spoke so quietly that I could not hear. This is another one of those things like too. He spoke quietly describes, it's an adverb that describes the verb. So is an adverb that describes the adverb. Number 9, Lauren ate the ripe, juicy plum. Lauren ate is my subject and verb. Juicy describes plum. That's a noun. And does ripe describe plum? Can you say ripe, juicy, or ripe plum? Ripe plum makes sense, so this is an adjective describing that noun. Sometimes adjectives have more than sometimes nouns have more than one adjective. Number 10, Christian wrote a long, interesting letter to his grandmother. Christian wrote what? What did Christian write? A letter. So, what is long describing? Is it describing interesting, long, interesting, or is it describing long letter? Long letter. This is a noun, so this is describing a noun, which makes it an adjective. Sorry, my pencil was just hitting the camera. Number 11, the cement isn't dry yet. This is one of these clue words up here. Remember, cement is NT or N apostrophe T is the word not. It's describing to what extent is, which means it's describing a verb, which makes it an adverb. And last one, our mailman is always friendly. Look, an ly. It's an ly word. Let's see if it matches. Mailman is friendly. Is what? Okay, this describes the verb is. Always would actually be an adverb, but we're looking at friendly, which makes it an adverb. Actually, just kidding, I did that wrong. My bad. It's not describing is. You can't is a friendly. Okay, it's describing the mailman. Friendly mailman. So it's an adjective. My bad. Sorry. Okay, so you're going to finish page 191, and when that... Ooh. Sorry about that. Just dropped the phone. Look up here, though, on page 192. I have this on your assignment list, but you are not doing right C, so you can cross that out. So you don't have to do all of the pages, just some of them. All right, there you go. This is practice for your quiz tomorrow, and then you'll do a little refresher tomorrow. So don't worry too much. Just do your best.